Why do I recommend you to do these 3 exercises every day? Quite simply, because they target the most common shortenings caused by our sedentary lifestyle, which lead to less movement, more pain, and more restrictions in movement. And therefore, please participate every day. To make it really easy, we'll just do it standing up. First, stand with your feet shoulder width apart, and now please spread your feet apart until you feel a tension on the inside of your thighs. When you have this point, place both of your hands on your lower buttocks, practically pressing your groins forward with your hands while actively pulling in your stomach. That means the bend, the hyperextension bend, occurs in the hip area, and then the exercise becomes super effective. Now it pulls even more on the inside of the thighs. It pulls in the groin, it can pull into the back, into the hip joints, and you work your way in there first. Come on, join in right away. Yes, go straight in there. By crushing your legs, more or less, it becomes harder for you to fall, but the rule is that what falls harder also has more effect, because we apply more training stimuli to the body. Keep going further back. And then you also go further back with the upper back. So you bend, try to arch the spine backwards, overextend, one should say correctly. And finally, you add the head and you raise the arms and pull the arms back. And now go exactly into the position that you can still tolerate well, so that you can perform the exercise for a while, because time is so important. Always go further back, breathe out nicely, and breathe in nicely, and while exhaling, pull more with your arms, pull your head more, pull your back more backwards, and want to move your groin forward. Find a position that you can endure well for plus or minus 2 minutes. If you need to swallow, then lift your head a bit, take a small break, breathe smoothly, and continue leaning backward. Stretch your arms, pull your arms back, lower your head, bring your chin back, and come out slowly again. You notice it's intense, the exercise, but that's good. Just don't overdo it so you don't get tired of it. You have to do it in a way that you can still tolerate it well, that you can still stay in a good mood, one could say. Now stretch your legs. Feel free to write me a comment on how the effort feels so that I can assess it a little bit. And the more positive it is, the more I naturally look forward to it. That's clear, of course. And now you go forward in the hip joints, keeping your back straight, supporting yourself calmly on your thighs. And then you notice, take a moment, how you can continue to come down. That pulls on the back of the legs, maybe into the back of the knees. In the lower back, you can already start to feel a pull. The back of the knees may come in more and more as you go deeper. The beauty of the exercise is that you can feel it well when you support yourself, because the arms change angle or the hands continue to go down along the legs. There you have a nice feedback from your body where you can feel where you are getting deeper into the stretch. And then slowly lower the back. Breathe beautifully, deep in, deep out. And finally, you even add the neck. You can even pull the neck a little further into flexion with your hand, with one of the 2 hands. Make sure that the knees stay nicely extended and keep working yourself further in. With each exhale, a little deeper. Feel free to use your hands a little when touching your legs. And then you slowly come up again. Let me clear that up. We'll go back again. If the feeling was good when rising, I would appreciate it if you give a thumbs up and like it, motivating others as well, because they might think, oh, thumbs up, that must be good for me too. The more thumbs, the better. Then the story spreads. Ears forward again. This also has a lot to do with back pain, and we have plenty of back pain videos where you can do a lot against your back pain in a very short time. Look over there if you are interested in that. Okay, now you can come out of the split. You can also stay in it, but I need to quickly grab a loop. You can also take a towel or a rope instead. With the loop, you can always see how you are progressing. That is very motivating. Now take them in front of you at a distance where you feel that the higher you go with fully extended elbows, it starts to stretch. You feel it in the shoulder, you feel it in the chest, you might feel it in the upper arm a little bit. Look, now I'm going back into the split because I don't want to let time pass and not do some stretching as well for the legs. And now you go to the point where it is the narrowest. Find the point where it is narrowest. And now, as you can see, I lower my left arm and then the right one will be pulled a little more into the stretch, and then I lower the right arm and go even further into the stretch with the left one. And while I'm working my way slowly, not really soft, it's already strenuous, very slowly, very gently, deeper into the stretch, your shoulder joints will appreciate it. They notice, oh, there's room, there's space, there's freedom for movement. Very slowly, back and forth, and almost imperceptibly, you come further and further back to where the bottleneck is. In other words, you notice how the mobility constantly increases during an exercise. And then you realize, now it will be easier again soon. And then you go through and you have arrived at the back. And then we do it the other way around again. Where it starts to pull, you start and work a little back and forth. You notice from behind it is more exhausting than from the front because now you have to pull yourself up with force more and more. And then you work again where it's harder for you, making sure that the elbows stay nicely extended. You come back up, and now we use the path we worked out. You go forward and go back. And you can even stretch yourself a little bit now, like earlier during the first exercise. You come forward and backward. And now, your shoulder joint learns to feel comfortable again in all these movements, in all these angles, where it didn't feel so comfortable before. But make sure that your elbows stay nicely extended. The whole time, go out and enjoy. And if you feel good, please write a comment and put the good feeling into words that will motivate others. Full body routines may be interesting for you, can be found here. Subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed already, do it now and spread the word. The older we get, the more pain-free we want to live. And this message needs to spread more and more among all people so that everyone has the opportunity to live a painless life. In this sense, I look forward to seeing you next time. Goodbye